recording. Okay, Miss Moss, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Great! So today we're going to be getting your plaque score. We're going to be putting some purple disclosing agent on your teeth, and it's going to show us where you need to work on and where you're missing when you're brushing and if you're flossing at home. So how many times a day are you brushing right now?
Twice.
Twice? Perfect. What type of toothbrush are you using?
Medium.
A medium? Is it an electric or a battery?
It's a manual.
A manual? Okay. Well, let's see how you're doing with that. So, I'm going to put this on you. I'm going to give you some water and ask you to rinse and spit some. All right. All right. Switch a little bit. Now close your mouth. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to take a look at the areas. All right. I'm going to sit you up so we can talk about it. So, let's take a look. You want to hold that? Okay, so everything you see right at those lines, that's what you're missing when you're brushing. So today we're going to talk about a few things to help reduce your plaque control. That's what builds up right there. So plaque is a buildup of bacteria and food that stays on your teeth. So how many times a day did you say you were brushing?
Twice.
Twice? And you said you were using a regular, like a manual toothbrush? Okay, so in a minute we're going to talk about ways to get that better to where you're missing.
Okay.
And maybe even using an electric toothbrush, something with more stimulation, because that will help that red area that you're feeling right now, the little bit sensitive,
Yeah.
that would help cut it down too.
Okay.
Okay, so if plaque is left there for a long time, you may have noticed some like hard buildup like down here that gets, okay, well that is called calculus. So that is what I have to get off your teeth, whereas the plaque that we were talking about, that's something that you can get off yourself. Okay, because the longer it's left undisturbed, the more acid's going to build up, and that's when decay starts. Right. So this is where that purple was sitting right there, and if you're not getting it properly with your toothbrush, it could lead to swollen gums, being red, getting, and bleeding. It could be sore. Okay. So, this is a normal tooth, and this is, again, the outside layer of your tooth. It's called enamel, and this is what it looks like with healthy gums attached to the tooth. So, with periodontitis, again, with plaque and calculus, those gums around, that could be red, but again, the bacteria from the foods that you eat and everything will get in there and could result in irreversible bone loss. We don't want that to happen. So, when you see your teeth, your gums start to get red, that's when we really got to start working on it so you never even get to this late stage. So this is that measure, the numbers that I was calling out, this is where I was sticking that, and this is what I was measuring. So this is where we kind of are. So this is healthy teeth, and then we have some reddening gums, gingivitis, and then early periodontitis, moderate, in advance. So we want to stay away from this, and that's from brushing twice a day. And the gums are inflamed, there's plaque and calculus on your teeth, and your teeth can actually start to get loose and eventually fall out. You're nowhere near that stage yet. You might have a little bit of the redness, gingivitis, and that's something, again, that's reversible. We can work on that. Foods you're eating. We've already talked about, what you've been eating. You don't really seem to eat a lot of sugar, which is great, and you don't drink sugary liquids, sticky foods. So why that's important, because the top of your teeth are groovy, and sticky foods and stuff with high concentrated sugar, that's going to stick in those grooves and potentially cause cavity. Here in your saliva and on the plaque that is on your teeth. So once you eat, the sugar in the food remains there, and that's what's going to start to build the bacteria, the harmful bacteria, the acid that eats away your enamel, that's going to cause tooth decay. What we want to remember is the twice a day brushing, or if you want to rinse out after a meal so that's not constantly sticking on your teeth, because it's the constant sugar attack. It changes the pH in your mouth, and then you end up with a cavity. So it takes 20 minutes for the pH in your mouth and your saliva to go back to normal. So if you're constantly sipping on something that has sugar, you're constantly eating a Skittle, you're more likely to get a cavity than someone that eats it all at once. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so remember, brush, floss, and use a rinse. So these are some these are some pictures of how to brush. So a lot of people don't know that, that your toothbrush actually doesn't need to be hard. And a lot of people press down way too hard. So have you looked at your toothbrush, and what does the end look like? Is it frayed? Is it like really sturdy? Or how long have you had it actually?
I've only had it about 2 months.
About 2 months? Okay, and how does the bristle look?
It looks fine.
It looks fine? Okay, great. That means you're not brushing too hard, so that's good. But we still are missing up here. So I'm going to have you, I'm not going to leave you with a purple mouth all day, so I'm going to have you brush your teeth, and I'm going to teach you, then I want you to show me. So what to look for at the pharmacy is something that says fluoride or anti-cavity. If it says one of those things, it's good for you to use. Okay? So your toothbrush should be replaced every 3 months. So you just told me you've had yours for 2 months, so I'll give you one a day. So go ahead and toss your old one, or you might recommend an electric toothbrush and let it stimulate your gums so it will kind of not be as sensitive. Okay? So your toothbrush should be placed at a 45-degree angle, and then at that gum line. So you're going to start here, and you're going to go in circular motion. So you're going to vibrate it a few times, and then move towards your teeth. Okay? So like this is, it starts at the gum line at an angle. It goes in a circle, and then it moves down towards your teeth to cover the other part of your tooth. And then in these hard-to-reach areas right here, you're going to make sure you turn your toothbrush like this, get behind there, and get behind there, behind your teeth, because that's where most of the buildup that you have is. So let's talk about flossing. Flossing, what type of floss do you use right now?
I use wax.
You use wax floss? Okay, great. There is waxed and unwaxed. Some people, there's no difference in any of it. It's just whatever you prefer. As long as you're getting something between your teeth and you're doing it properly, I'm good with it. So you do want to get a long string like this. And what you want to do is you want to wrap it around your middle fingers. And then wrap around your middle fingers. And then you want to be about this close. You want to get it in an angle and then always do a C shape once you're in there. Okay? And then back around. You want to follow the lines of your gum, like follow the way that your teeth go, like that. And you don't ever want to use this same little tiny piece of floss the whole mouth, because then you're spreading all that bacteria around. So what a lot of people don't realize is that we actually want you to do this flossing before you brush. Let's talk about fluoride. Do you know if your toothpaste has fluoride in it?
It does.
It does? That's great. I'm glad you've checked. So brushing and flossing cover about 25% of your mouth. Adding a rinse is going to do the other 75%, and that's for 100% clean mouth. So that's the most effective method for prevention of dental decay in your mouth, okay? So that's really important. If you decide to change, always make sure you read, okay? Because what fluoride's going to do, it's going to strengthen your teeth. It's going to stop progression of decay in your teeth. If you have a spot that might be there that might be turning into a cavity, if it's still in that first layer of your tooth, hopefully it will be remineralized, because enamel is able to do that. So that's one of the most important things about fluoride. Okay. I noticed that you have a bonded retainer down there. So for those, I don't know if you've had them, you do have a floss threader to go in and out.
I don't.
You don't? Okay, well I'm going to give you some of those today, because it really helps you, because you need it to get underneath to be able to floss through that. Okay? Something interdental brushes or flossing rubber tips, picks at the store that you might have seen. You have pretty tight contacts, like that your teeth touch really tightly, so I'd still recommend the floss. But these are also, if you're in a pinch and you have these are great to use if you end up some of the spaces opening and really can help get back there. Sometimes people can't reach all the way back with the floss, and they seem that this is easier for them, and that is an option. If you have any questions about what type, just always feel free to ask me. So after we went over all that, I would love to see you brush. We get some of that purple stuff, and let's see you floss too. Let's see you floss. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's see. Okay, and then make that C shape we were talking about. Hug the tooth. That is perfect. Now let's see the other tooth. That is perfect. So go ahead and take it out, and then exactly move it so you're not using the same floss over and over. One more time. And then make that C shape we were talking about. That is great. That is perfect. You're a fast learner. Angle. There you go. Good. Remember, so we're going to hold it there, jiggle it, and then move for 30 seconds, or jiggle it for 10 seconds, then move to the next. Oh, you're doing so good. Remember your tongue. Good job. Okay. I'm sweating. It's so hot in this thing. I need a fan.
She is gonna do
doing?
I'm almost.
Are you even recording?
Yeah, it's
Are you
a
pressing?
long
Why are you
recording.
sweating?
It's so hot outside.
Gosh. It is recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
But no, she's gonna
I'll cut it out. It'll be in the bloopers. It's okay.
You know,
Bloopers at the end.
I'm having a heat stroke, Miss Coach.
maybe you need to like just stop for a second and let me breathe.
I know. But if I say
This is
something,
hard.
This is hard. But if I say something in this next 2 minutes, I'm gonna be mad that I don't have it. So I'm just gonna let it record.
Okay, whatever.
I'll be quick. I promise. I
You're
don't.
fine.
I don't want to keep you.
I need a cotton pliers. My container broke and it's. I gotta fix it.
Oh my gosh! It is hot. Do you want help?
I don't know who you're gonna do that.
This is what we need a picture of for the slideshow.
Oh my god.
Okay. Plaque on teeth is a buildup of plaque.
Are you seriously right now? You better not put that on the slideshow. Or Facebook.
Okay, we won't. As stated in the P&P manual. All right, I'm done having it. I know, I'm getting it together. Okay, good. It's recording still. I thought it wasn't.
Okay.
Okay.